Moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Fields. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball.
Following the fumble recovery, Lance, he's going to float this one deep right side. And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Room to run past midfield. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Fields. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Back to throw. Fields. Forced out to his left. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Cohen.
I'm the best in the game.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Singletary. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Devin Singletary, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away from it. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. So, AT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On the give, this is Cohen. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a first down throw, Fields. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Throwing right, and that's complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On play action, Lance. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Out comes the kicking team here. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like how the...
And the Niners get there and bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Here's Fields. He's going to look deep down the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 21. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
And he'll let one go deep for Howard. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
And he'll let one go deep for Howard. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, 49ers.
Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor. He shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First down, a run with Cohen. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole.
And now here's another interception. Picked off around the 41. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, stating the obvious, this is going to be one that the rookie quarterback is going to want to forget pretty quickly.
And what quarterback has not gone through this in their rookie year?
Yeah, they all have. I guess it's cliche, but these are the ones you hope to grow from, right? And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Cohen gets it again on second.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Bears on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, this
What's
is
going
not,
on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. We'll check on his status when we get back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
And they faked the handoff. Now Lance.
Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 68 yards. And the 49ers continue to roll. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach.
He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk.
And I think the ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Following the fumble recovery, Lance. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down. Here's Lance to throw it. He finds Watson. It's gone. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
That's complete. Okue-Bunam. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. A give to Cohen. He heads right. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put... And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Akeem Hicks coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Alexander. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
This is Cohen. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Alexander. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
With the score where it is, this was probably going to be 4-down territory if they didn't convert there. But what a nice job of working his way open, making sure he secured the catch, and setting up 1st and goal.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On the handoff, it's Cohen, and he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Off the bootleg. Alexander. To the right side, complete to Miller. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back to throw again. Touchdown! Albert O, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to make things a bit more respectable. Now the point after try for Santos. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Now Lance. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Does the big boy have the juice? And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more.
You know this is some bullshit.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it maneuvers way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game, but right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On 1st down, Alexander. That is taken in by Hurst. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Let's go. Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Back to throw. Alexander. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked 2. Instead, it's 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10, and appearing following that 2-game losing streak. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing now is Lance. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Now a play fake. Lance. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Devontae Adams. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
To throw on 2nd down. Alexander, flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. On 3rd down, Alexander. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. The Lance going to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
However, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And across the truck, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. 32 yards. And the 49ers look like they're about to put an end to the... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught inside the 5. And boy,
really do.
talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Fucking shit. Fucking stat chasing
The kickoff team on the
motherfucker.
field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Looking to throw. Alexander. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Alexander. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Bears on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the bench? Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Looking deep for Adams. And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Alexander. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-up.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off with great anticipation.
And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Singletary trying the left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Cohen. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's a give running left. It's Cohen. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Toss play, Cohen, right side. And he loses the football a 2nd time. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He hits Adams complete. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. And it's complete to Adams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an